Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Hey, Seattle. We're your neighbor with the beautiful ships sailing from Pier 91, Holland America Line. We're celebrating 75 years in Alaska this summer with round-trip cruises from Seattle from only $4.99. Soak in the spectacular scenery, listen to the sound of calving glaciers, and experience the breathtaking wildlife of the Great Land. We love Alaska, and we can't wait to share it with you. Restrictions apply. Fares are per person based on double occupancy. Call your travel advisor or visit hollandamerica.com.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your home is going into foreclosure and you feel like a financial wreck. You don't know where to turn for accurate information. I'm bankruptcy attorney Travis Gagne. Let's talk about some legal options. If we work quickly, we can propose a plan to save your home, modify the loan, or in many cases even eliminate your second mortgage. The consultation is free. I've helped hundreds of people just like you make informed decisions about whether to save their home or exit it on a reasonable, organized timeline. The chapter you choose sets the tone for the next chapter of your life. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, the Rock of Seattle. If you haven't heard of Mary Elizabeth Kelly, she's a comedian that is spreading virally because of all the impressions she does of famous celebrities if they starred in cheesy Christmas movies, which I love this.
Dude, this is so great because it hit home. It hits home very much so because, my wife watches all these movies. And so I'm watching her do these impressions. I'm just like, yeah, I've seen every single one of these films or something just like this.
Yeah, man, you're a better man than me. I don't think I could really. I like a good Christmas movie, sure, but those Hallmarky ones, no.
I like them just because I'm like, how are they going to bring it around to somebody comes back from the big city and needs to save the city or save the business or save the family company or something along those lines, and then get back in a relationship with someone that they met back in like junior high school.
And Mary Elizabeth Kelly is spot on with these impressions. She does Meryl Streep, Winona Ryder, Matthew McConaughey, Jennifer Coolidge, Lena Headey, Anya Taylor-Joy, Nicolas Cage, Drew Barrymore, and Gilbert Gottfried. These are all as if they starred in cheesy Christmas movies.
It feels as if we're about to kiss. Oh, look, mistletoe. How convenient. Oh, we can never be together. I'm a 30-something named Noelle from Nevada, and you're an 18th century Christmas ghost. I inherited a Christmas inn. Well, how will I run it with my big job in the city? Oh, quite the dilemma. You are never welcome back in my bakery after what you did with that Christmas elf. I've never been ice skating before. I might need to hold on to your arm for support. You're looking at him! The Christmas pranks!
Wow. She should just do Gilbert Gottfried impressions from now on. I've never heard a female try Gilbert Gottfried. That's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad. She nailed everybody. Man, Jennifer Coolidge, who was Stifler's mom. Mm-hmm. Really. Boy, and Meryl Streep, Winona Ryder. Boy, does she do a good job with all that. I haven't heard in a long time, people doing impressions of female celebrities. You see a lot of male celebrity, impersonators. So good for Mary Elizabeth Kelly. Man.
I've seen her videos before. She had this video go super viral. It's where she's like, have you heard of mouth acting? Where she does all of these different impressions, but all mostly like using her mouth, and like she's able to basically transform into these characters just by the shape of her mouth. It is ridiculous.
Really?
Yeah, just like with Jennifer Coolidge and even with like Drew Barrymore and stuff, or just like the way she just like pouts her mouth. It's just, she's really good.
No, I was noticing that. I'm like, not only does she do, some of the impressions, like her Matthew McConaughey, I mean, she might want to work on that one, but I'm just kidding. But it's weird to see how her face transforms to almost look like the celebrities.
Oh, you're right. I'm looking at this and wow. Yeah, it's pretty. Yeah, Vicky's spot on with that. That's really she's good. I mean, I think that's my first time hearing of Mary Elizabeth Kelly. So, man, that's awesome.
She'd be like the greatest girlfriend in like the stoner years. She'd be like, do Gilbert Gottfried again.
Oh, definitely, dude. You're absolutely right. I would just sit there and go, yeah, you know what? It's the first time, like, you know what? The boyfriend really, really wants to listen to you. You know, no, please talk to me again. Well, you know, most boyfriends.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, most boyfriends don't want to, Steve. You know how it is. But how many boyfriends be going, I really want to hear you speak again and do it a lot? Mary, you know
it would take role playing to a whole nother level.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Don't do Gilbert Gottfried.
No, goodness.
Oh, no, that's the only one I want to do. If we're going to role play, you got to do Gilbert.
Of course, get roasted.
Yeah, I mean, just saying. You know, I mean, look, if we're doing our ultimate fantasy. By the way, you know, speaking of cheesy Christmas movies, I am pissed off at Vicky. Can we get her? Can we kick her off the show?
Oh no, why?
What did she do?
What did she do? She should have warned me not to watch the Klaus movie on an airplane.
Did you cry?
Well, I defy anybody not to cry at this movie.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
I'm mad at you because on 8-Bit Christmas, I started before you warned me, and then I finished it over the weekend, and I was all tearing up, man.
Well, I warned you.
I couldn't help it. I even knew it. I'm like, oh, it's going to make me cry. Don't cry. Think about mean things or something. I don't know. And here I am trying.
That's completely opposite of my complaint.
But I was already invested.
I didn't see, but at least you knew what was coming up, so you didn't get on a plane.
He told you it brought him to tears.
And
yes.
Who watches a Christmas movie on a plane? Like, I'm thinking you get cozy on a couch with your hot cocoa. Yeah, why are you
I had 2 hours to kill, and I was like, oh, hey, let me download this Klaus. So I got the iPad.
You watch it with your wife at home.
Yeah, who watches it by themselves on a plane, BJ?
My wife doesn't like animated movies.
Well, that's your problem.
I know, but you should at least give a warning like I gave Steve. Like, look, man,
I said the movie was really good. That should imply it's a Christmas movie. It's going to hit you in the feels.
Hey, Steve, the movie's really good, or, hey, Steve, the movie's going to make you cry. I mean, I feel like for dudes, you better say the cry word.
The cry word.
The cry word? You mean cry?
Yeah, you better say the cry word. That's what I'm saying. It's the cry. You better tell people this. Nobody wants to talk about this.
So it was good.
Oh, yeah, Klaus was it's a great I mean, it's funny. Here's a movie none of us, outside of Vicky, none of us heard of this movie. We're only alerted to it because the entire state in Washington knows about this movie because it's their favorite Christmas movie.
I just like none of us heard of this movie except for the entire state of Washington.
Except for everybody.
Except for the 5 of us that were living under a rock.
Yeah. And then of course, Vicky knew about it because, well, Vicky's Vicky. She does know good stuff. And it's a good flick. Yeah, it really is well done.
Yeah, and dude, you were right. I mean, man, that 8-Bit Christmas, the way it ended,
you don't expect it.
No, I was like, okay, I feel like I know where this is going because you warned me that it makes you cry. But even though I kind of had a feeling, it still hit me. And then I was like, the movie ends, and I'm like, I gotta become a better father. Like, it was like, it totally hits you like that kind of a way. Yeah, dude, it's way too much. It's like I'm sitting on the couch and I'm already tearing up. My wife doesn't see it, so I'm trying to like angle myself so she doesn't notice it, or I could maybe blame it on COVID. I'm like, I don't know, it's the COVID tears. I hear that's the symptom.
Oh yeah, totally.
As soon as you get out of this COVID thing, and all of a sudden you just start crying, I can't help it.
They set it up perfectly because you just don't expect that ending. Because of just, how that character is portrayed the entire movie. It looks like that character doesn't care a damn thing about anything.
Oh, no. The moment you said that you cried, I knew exactly where it was going.
Oh, really?
And I about way you spoiled it, you jerk.
Wow. Sorry about that. I try to be as vague as possible. I still think it's a good, whoa, that I did not expect that to be happening. The fact that you knew, better on you, because it took me for it definitely surprised me. Of course, then the tears surprised. The tears like, oh, here. But still, even that plot development was like, wow, they did this really well because it really looked like that character just didn't care about anything.
Yeah,
and then all of a sudden you're like, wow, that character really did care about stuff.
It's great. It was great. And the movie's really awesome. I think it's one of those films that I hope that it kind of becomes like a tradition for people to watch every year. It has that like we mentioned, it has that Christmas Story vibe to it. It's a modern take on it.
I think it will, Steve. I really feel like people of your generation who love, what they go back to, you're going to want to share it with your kid. You're going to want to oh, hey, just like people did with The Christmas Story. You know, people
I don't want to share my kid. It puts up way too high expectations now.
Oh, I hadn't thought about that. Yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
That's all.
Yeah. Well, don't watch Klaus then either, because there's some high expectations in that movie too. That Bill said. Wow. We got a woman who was mad when the drive-thru order took too long at a Wendy's. So, of course, she did the thing that everybody would do. She pulled out a gun and started shooting. Yeah, Steve will tell you about this genius. He's got the Mix Report for you at 6:20 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the Smart Whirlpool Top Load Washer, featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Hey, Seattle, we're your neighbor with the beautiful ships sailing from Pier 91, Holland America Line. We're celebrating 75 years in Alaska this summer with round-trip cruises from Seattle from only $4.99. Soak in the spectacular scenery, listen to the sound of calving glaciers, and experience the breathtaking wildlife of the Great Land. We love Alaska, and we can't wait to share it with you. Restrictions apply. Fares are per person based on double occupancy. Call your travel advisor or visit hollandamerica.com.
For tank and tankless hot water heaters, for clogged drains, for leaky faucets, for toilets that won't flush. Stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is your trusted source to solve all your plumbing needs. 1-800-FREAKIN or beaconplumbing.net.
Take the next step toward the career you want, be it business, cybersecurity, healthcare, or more. UMGC can help you get there. No application fee when you apply by August 31st. Visit umgc.edu, certified to operate by Chev.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle.
Well informed on the issues of the day? Not this guy. Live from the KISW News Center in downtown Seattle, this is the Migs Report.
Well, thanks, you guys, and thanks to Kia of Puyallup for giving us the Migs Report. And today is a day to enjoy yourself some ice cream because it's National Ice Cream Day, BJ.
Oh, how about this?
Very cool. But more importantly, today is a very special day for yours truly.
Oh, why's that?
It was 2 years ago today that baby Tatum joined us.
Hooray! Oh, wow.
Happy birthday. Second birthday.
Wow.
Congratulations, you're 2, and now you're terrible.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
How about that? Isn't it? It's amazing. But I didn't realize this, but she shares her birthday with Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Tay-Tay and Tater Tot, man.
And Tom DeLonge.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And also Shane and Chehalis. He just texted in saying, happy birthday, Tatum. I remember because her birthday is, never mind, it's not his birthday, but it's the day after my 4-year-old son's birthday, who's named Luke.
Wow.
Named after Luke Skywalker, BJ.
Happy birthday, that Luke. Entire text went right down to completely, no relate at all, really. It's it's my kid's next door neighbor's dog's cat's birthday last week.
Because I meant to read, there was also a text from Dan in Renton who said, I just want to say happy birthday to baby Tatum. It's my birthday as well. So Dan and Renton turned 39 today.
Wow, poor Dan and Renton. He was the guy we should have read first.
Yes, I meant to. But what were the odds there were multiple people wishing Tatum a happy birthday before I even mentioned it?
Wow, the wrong text lived.
Wow. Another one, happy birthday to little Tater Tot. The Rockaholics, man.
They know what's up.
They remember better than I do sometimes.
Well, it was an ordeal, and I will say at least, then of course when Danny spoiled the whole announcement on the air, that was horrible.
I will never look at Danny in the eyes again ever since that.
You were wanting to tell your friends and family on your own, and then Danny spoiled it on the air. It was bad.
Well, I figured what better way to celebrate Tatum's birthday to let her do something that her dad is also very good at, and that's impressions. So I grabbed some audio of baby Tatum doing some impressions for the Rockaholics to enjoy. And happy birthday, Tatum.
Hey, what does a doggy say? What does a monkey say? What does Santa Claus say?
That's right. She's got dog. She's got Santa Claus and monkey. She just recently learned sheep also.
Oh, she knows how to do sheep?
Yeah, well, the impression of one, yes.
Yeah, okay. Well,
and I think that's about it. Oh, no, cat. She sometimes grabs the cat as well.
Oh, she can do a meow.
Yeah.
Oh, we got to get an update then. You got to. I mean, you're doing a bad job. We need these in the audio files.
And she's doing a great impression of you, BJ. Sometimes, if you just take her away from mom while mom's trying to make dinner, she just screams uncontrollably. And it's a very good impression of BJ Shea.
Well, I never left the terrible twos. That was the real issue with my life.
Well, anyways, happy birthday, Tina. Maybe we'll have some ice cream since it's National Ice Cream Day.
Oh, you think you're gonna be able to swing that?
No, I mean, I know a person.
Okay, I know you. I mean, can you swing it, or are you going to have to sneak it? Are you going to be able to do it overtly or covertly?
Oh, yeah, I don't know if I could sneak ice cream without mom knowing about it.
What are you talking about? All the wrappers and things in your car? There's not a place you can stop off like you normally do to get cookies and everything? You don't think you couldn't sneak an ice cream somehow?
Well, I mean, then how am I going to sneak the ice cream to her if mom's around Tatum? I'm like, hey.
I wasn't even thinking of Tatum. I was just thinking for you.
Yeah. I'll totally make that happen, BJ.
Oh, okay, yeah. I was going to say. I mean, it's nice you're thinking of your daughter. I mean, I guess you're a good father.
Well, someone even said, if every year for Tatum's birthday, can we play the audio of BJ spoiling the announcement?
Why?
Oh, no, we'll have to track it down.
Why? All right, I suppose. I mean, again, it was Danny. I don't know how these listeners forget this.
So that way she can have a yearly reminder of how you screwed things up for her before she was even born.
Oh, I know, because I ruined her whole life.
You did.
I did. I mean, she's such an unhappy kid. She doesn't go places. She doesn't do anything. I mean, she's got a better life than most humans.
She'd have way more animal impressions nailed if it hadn't been for
is
you
that it?
screwing it up.
Oh, yeah. I stunted her animal impression growth. Okay.
Well, if I decide to get some ice cream and swing by a drive-thru, maybe I need to, be patient and be cool with the people that work behind the drive-thru counter because, one woman wasn't doing that. This happened in Ohio. A woman went to a Wendy's in Ohio and was not happy with the drive-thru order taking as long as it did and decided to pull out her gun and shoot the actual box.
Okay.
Of course, somebody called 911, and in the 911 call, you could also hear the gunshots happening. Here's the 911 call.
What is your emergency? I'm in line at Wendy's off of Lakeshore, and some dude just shot his gun 5 times at their box.
Well, it turned out it wasn't a dude, it was a female, and she was apparently not happy, and at some point yelled, "You better have my order better be mother effing right." And they were like, well, have a nice day, and that's when she got pissed off and then just started shooting the call box.
Wow. Yeah,
it makes you wonder how many screw-ups have happened for her to get to that point. I'm not saying what she did was right. But, I mean, is that your first time? You don't just pull the gun, right?
Yeah, well...
Unless you're nuts like her.
I feel like there's just a whole life of bad decisions for this person. I mean, why do you think you need to bring your gun to the Wendy's is what I want to know, first of all, if you got one. I mean, and you have it ready. I mean, what's going to happen at Wendy's?
Maybe they forgot the sweet and sour package the last time.
Oh, so, yeah, I forgot about that because then I'm bringing my gun. You're right.
Well, here's a police chief talking about why it happened.
From our understanding, she was upset with her order, that it was taking too long, and she had some choice words for the staff. And I know that, people's patience is wearing thin, but pulling out a firearm and firing into a restaurant is never the answer.
I thought it was this whole time.
Never. I really did too. I mean, I honestly, if that was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, and that was one of the answers, I think I'd lose $1 million. Because I would think that would be the answer.
Good life lesson from that police chief there.
I love everything's just, look, I understand it. Everyone's patience is thin. You want to get your order, but just pro tip, pulling out your gun and shooting the box is not the way to go.
But man, oh man, yesterday, what a great day. The Seahawks win. They beat the Texans. 2 games in a row they've won, BJ. They're making their way.
Yeah.
You don't sound as optimistic as I do. I want to, Carroll, as Russell Wilson. We're 5-8. It's go time now, BJ.
Yeah, I want to hear what Mitch has to say. We'll talk to him later on this morning. Great that we got the win. There's 90 teams ahead of us, but you know what? We still have a chance.
We still have a chance. And dude, after the half, what was it? It was 16-13 at the half, and I'm like, how are they? They're just making this. I mean, what is it? The Seahawks, the team that if you have a rookie quarterback or a backup quarterback or a third-string quarterback or some guy in the crowd that needs to play quarterback, they're the team that will make this quarterback look awesome.
Exactly.
Davis Mills was just looking like Tom Brady out there. It was stupid. And then second half happens. The adjustments are made just like last week against the San Francisco 49ers. They shut out the other team. And that was pretty cool. Still don't look as optimistic as I do.
No, we'll see. Well, you're absolutely right. It's nice that adjustments are made. It's the old Seahawks where in the second half they come back and do what they do, which I love.
But you know what? It was nice. It wasn't a game where they played to the level. I mean, you're playing a team that was 2-10 at the time, and you're thinking, okay, well, this should be a team that they should beat handedly, and they ended up doing that. They won 33-13. What about Lockett? Lockett had 142 yards. He gained that's over 1,000 yards for the season, joining Steve Largent as as the only player in franchise history to have at least 1,000 yards in 3 straight seasons. That was pretty cool.
Tyler's fantastic. I mean, he's a bright spot. Tyler Lockett's fantastic. I got nothing bad to say about that guy.
What about Rashad Penny? Finally looked like a first-round draft pick. Oh, come on. 137 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Against the team with the worst defense against the run.
We leave that kind of information out of the story.
He should have had 300 yards as far as I'm concerned.
Well, he's obviously had a rough go because of injuries. And it does suck because he recently just talked about how hard it is for him because in college he was not a guy that was injury prone, but he had a bad knee injury and bad injuries here in the pros, and it's been a tough go for him for the last couple of years. And here he is on the fifth quarter talking with Paul Sylvie about how good it felt to have a great game and also just how tough it's been for him just trying to deal with all these injuries these last couple of seasons.
I'm blessed, thankful. To be back here and doing this again, it's an amazing feeling. 2 years ago, I was devastated. Couldn't do much. My knee wasn't where it wanted to be, and I had a terrible injury. It's sad. It's a tragedy, man. Because a lot of guys in the league don't plan to get hurt in the game, and it sucks because then you have everybody coming to you, talking about you made out of this, you made out of that. Well, a lot of people don't know how we feel, and I said it a few weeks ago. We're human. We're athletes. Yeah, we're entertainers, but we're human still. So, that's a lot of other people's opinion. But the only opinion I care about is the guys in the building, family, friends. They supporters. Who stay down with me and watch me continue to go through a rehab process.
There you go. He's played a great game. BJ's not impressed, but
I've got nothing against Rashad Penny. He did have a good game, and he's absolutely right. The poor dude has just been devastated by injuries, and you don't know how good we just never have gotten a chance to see how good he could be. Also, we don't have the best offensive line in the business, and so I don't know how many people make it easy for him to do his job either. So but I got nothing against Rashad.
Well, hopefully it keeps on going. The energy happens next week when they take on the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday. So that's going to be a tough one.
Yeah.
You win that one, forget about it, BJ. Super Bowl or bust.
You're absolutely... Look, if they win that one, at least then I believe... Then I was like, all right, I believe they can win all of them. We got 4 more games that I think left in the season.
Yeah, and then then you have the Lions...
Yeah,
they should be able to beat
the Bears. We have it's going to be the Cardinals and the Rams, the 2 teams that if we beat them, then but then we still need a lot of help because I think everybody's got a tiebreaker against us currently. Yes. Almost everybody does.
Pretty much, yes. So they all have to fall apart.
Yeah, they do. We need teams to just go on a massive losing skid, like all of them. And at least the Washington football team looks like they want to help, so that's cool.
Hey, I don't know if you caught any of the Broncos game yesterday. It was a really cool tribute to Demaryius Thomas, who unfortunately passed away. It was 33 years old, and it turns out they said that he had a seizure. He's been dealing with those over the last couple of years, and he had one while he was in the shower, and that's sadly how he passed.
So these are recent that he's been dealing with those? Is that what they're saying? You said over the last couple of years?
Yeah, last couple of years. I can't remember what happened that led to. Oh man, one of my buddies told me, and I think it was.
Was it football related or was it outside of that?
That I can't. I don't think it was football related. But
all right.
I'm trying to pull it up.
I'm always on alert for this because of the fact
it was a car accident. That
it was a car accident.
He was having some seizures, and I don't know if also who knows what else led to that, but that was what started it all a couple of years ago, and he was in a shower and had a seizure and sadly died. But the team paid tribute to him, and I thought they did a really cool thing in the way that they paid tribute. They went out there and started the game without one extra player. They just went out there with 10 players, leaving his former position open, and then took a delay of game penalty. And here's the play-by-play call of the crowd just embracing it as they were taking on the Lions.
There are just 10 in the huddle. The X position will be left open. Only 10 men on the field at the 25-yard line. And they're going to take the delay of game. What a moment here in Denver for the Broncos.
Very cool moment. And the Lions, of course, they declined the penalty because, how do you
I was going to say, if I'm the Lions, no, I'm taking it.
I did see some people on there like, God, that's real classy of the Lions, and then people were just like, every team would have done the exact same thing. It wasn't like the Lions did anything that great.
Not my team. I would have taken it. The Lions need all the help they can get. I would have taken that penalty.
And then somebody out of nowhere just goes, the Cowboys would have taken that. And I was like, oh, man, that's savage right there.
Honestly, I mean, the way, because they beat the Lions pretty badly, didn't they?
Crushed them, yeah.
Yeah, so they really should have the Lions should have taken the penalty.
Oh, man, over the weekend, the Kraken, they were down 4-1, taking on Columbus. And I'm thinking, oh, boy. Man, oh, man, what's going on? And in the third period, they just woke up, and it was an incredible third period. They tied the game up, goes 4-4, goes into overtime. You're feeling the momentum, and then, unfortunately, Columbus scores. But, hey, got a point out of something that you thought was just going to be a blowout loss. So you got to take some kind of positive out of it. And I guess
that's what we're trying to do here, Steve.
Yes, that's what we're doing here. We're all about the positivity.
We're really trying to do that. I mean, we are now, and we are last place in our division, and so I'm trying. We got to get to the double digits and wins. That's all. That's what I'm shooting for. Double digits and wins.
Yeah, I know. When all of a sudden the Canucks just blew everything out and got rid of their manager and their coach and all that, I was like, oh crap! Now they're going to start playing better, and they are.
It seems like Will Wheaton's NHL video game team, because apparently he's designed a Kraken team. They're doing well. He posted on Instagram that there's a guy named Blaine Gretzky had a hat trick. He's got a guy named Blaine Gretzky, but he's loving the Kraken, so he's playing as the Kraken. I'm like, all right, well, at least some version of the Kraken's doing well.
Well, that's just great.
Thank you, Will Wheaton.
Well, maybe he should be our assistant coach or something. I don't know. Well, up next, they're taking on San Jose. They're in San Jose tomorrow, so let's keep our fingers crossed that the Kraken maybe just need a little bit of a break from being at home.
Maybe that's it.
I don't know.
They're going down to sunny California soon, right? I'm taking on the Ducks, I believe, down to Anaheim.
There you go.
Yeah, so, good for them.
Good for them.
You know what? Maybe they get a little sunshine, see Mickey, make it happen, right?
Oh, yeah. We'll start off with San Jose, and then, Wednesday they're going to be playing the Ducks, and then they come back home to take on the Oilers again. So that'll be
Oh, jeez, thanks.
We beat the Oilers the last time, man.
Yeah. All right, but that doesn't mean they're still not a tough team.
No, they still are a tough team.
Yeah, and I feel like the Oilers are going to be like, okay, we are not going to want this to happen again. I know. It's I know. And then we still have the baseball lockout, so we can't even get excited about the Mariners. That's
why the Seahawks are right now. That's our hope. Hey, the Portland Timbers didn't win the championship in the MLS thing, and that was pretty awesome.
Yes, it was amazing.
Woo, your failure brings us joy.
and after that Timbers fan that threw a beer at the head of one of the players from NYCFC.
Yeah.
Did you see that, BJ?
Wow. I did not see that. Why? So this was a Portland fan?
Yep. Well, yeah, because the game happened in Portland, the championship. And so New York scored a goal, and they're celebrating. And all of a sudden, a fan just takes a full beer and chucks it, nails a guy in the head. He's bleeding.
Yeah.
It was awful. They kicked him out of the game. The Portland made a statement saying, look, we don't condone this. Of course, not going to be like, yo, we were really stoked to see our fan be an idiot. And I think he's been banned for life from the game.
I think he should be put in jail. I think we have to start making an example of drunken idiots.
Yeah.
There should be jail time for this.
Maybe there was. I don't know.
Oh, that video is horrible. Oh, man, dude. God.
That's why I was already rooting for NYCFC to win.
Yep.
But after that, I was like, I really want them to beat Portland in that stadium.
Well, and then Portland tied it up with 1 minute left in the game. So they did overtime, and then they did penalty kicks, and finally NYCFC won.
Yeah, NYCFC.
That.
NYCFC.
Yeah. Wow.
I know, man. I couldn't believe somebody chucked a beer
that sucks. Yeah, I mean, the lifetime ban is one thing, but you know what? To me, that means nothing. You should be in jail. You should be in jail so that other people realize you need to manage your alcohol, idiot.
Well, and props to some of obviously the fans around that person for completely diming him out. You know what I mean? Because, that's just unacceptable.
Agreed.
As far as weather, 40 degrees. Thanks to Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical for giving us the Migs Report, and that's what's up.
Damn. All right. Well, on Friday, Steve, he did get this one wrong.
New Hampshire, New York, and Massachusetts are 3 states that border which state?
Pennsylvania.
No.
Virginia?
No.
New Jersey?
No.
Your geography is almost as good as mine, Steve.
Vermont.
You got it. You know now. You know it's Vermont now. Man, that's where Bob Rivers lives. How do you forget that?
Never forget again.
You want a shot at beating Steve? You got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're going to play Beat Migs at 6:50 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. What's the difference between filing for bankruptcy and credit counseling?
Credit counseling is a useful process in some circumstances, but it does show up on your credit. In fact, from a credit scoring standpoint, credit counseling shows up just like a bankruptcy, so it's going to affect your credit as negatively as filing bankruptcy. In credit counseling, the idea is that a credit counselor works with your creditors on your behalf to try to lower interest rates or work out payment plans with your creditors to pay back your debt over time. In credit counseling, you almost always pay back 100% of the debt, sometimes at lower interest. And of course, some creditors will participate in that process and some won't. So you're usually left with kind of a mixed result with credit counseling and, of course, a high payment.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com. Thanks for listening.
Kickstart summer at Lowe's with Memorial Day savings on major appliances like the smart Whirlpool top-load washer featuring the 2-in-1 removable agitator in a color you'll only find at Lowe's. Take it out for bulky items, leave it in for a more thorough clean. You can customize any load, plus skip steps with the Load and Go dispenser. Simply add detergent once and skip the refills. Memorial Day savings start now at Lowe's. Shop in-store or online today.
Hey Seattle, we're your neighbor with the beautiful ships sailing from Pier 91, Holland America Line. We're celebrating 75 years in Alaska this summer with round-trip cruises from Seattle from only $4.99. Soak in the spectacular scenery, listen to the sound of calving glaciers, and experience the breathtaking wildlife of the Great Land. We love Alaska, and we can't wait to share it with you. Restrictions apply. Fares are per person based on double occupancy. Call your travel advisor or visit hollandamerica.com.
The best defense is a good offense. So before the sewer backs up into your home and wreaks havoc, stop freaking and call Beacon. Beacon Plumbing, Heating, and Mechanical is there for you when you need them most. 1-800-FREAKIN' or beaconplumbing.net.